Imagine a woman so brilliant, so politically astute, that even the most powerful empress in Chinese history entrusted her with the empire. A woman who rose from a family tragedy to become the closest thing China ever had to a female prime minister. Her name? Shangguan Wan'er.
Her story is unlike any other. She was born into disgrace, survived court intrigue, and wielded power over emperors and generals, all in a time when women were rarely allowed near politics. Today, we uncover the incredible journey of China's most influential female politician.
Our story begins in 664 CE, during the Tang Dynasty, one of China's golden ages. But for Shangguan Wan'er, life didn't begin in luxury. She was born into a family of scholars, but fate dealt her a cruel hand.
Her grandfather, Shangguan Yi, was a high-ranking minister. He opposed Empress Wu Zetian's rise to power, believing a woman should never rule. But Wu Zetian was not a woman to be challenged. She had Shangguan Yi executed and wiped out the entire family, except for one, a newborn girl.
That girl was Shangguan Wan'er. Instead of killing her, Wu Zetian enslaved her and her mother, forcing them to serve in the palace. She was born into nobility, yet raised as a servant. But this would not be her fate forever.
Shangguan Wan'er was exceptional. Despite her low status, her mother ensured she received a scholar's education. By the time she was a teenager, she was already a literary genius, mastering poetry, classical texts, and governance.
When Wu Zetian heard of a young servant girl with an unmatched talent for writing, she was intrigued. At just 14 years old, Shangguan Wan'er was summoned before the empress and given an impossible test. Write a flawless essay, instantly.
What happened next was extraordinary. Shangguan Wan'er composed a piece so elegant, so well-argued, that Wu Zetian immediately freed her from servitude and made her her personal secretary.
Imagine that, a girl born into disgrace, now whispering in the ears of emperors.
Wu Zetian saw something in Shangguan Wan'er that others overlooked, a mind as sharp as any man's. She drafted imperial edicts, shaping national policies. She wrote political speeches that Wu Zetian delivered as her own. She managed secret affairs of state, deciding which officials would rise and fall.
By her early 20s, Shangguan Wan'er was more than just an assistant. She was Wu Zetian's most trusted advisor. Even generals and ministers feared her influence.
She wasn't just a political mind. She was also a renowned poet. Her verses were celebrated in the imperial court, blending grace with power. She became the heart of Tang Dynasty's literary scene, influencing poetry for generations.
But power is dangerous, especially in a court filled with scheming officials. When Wu Zetian's rule began to weaken, enemies closed in. After Wu Zetian's death in 705 CE, her son, Emperor Zhongzong, took the throne.
Shangguan Wan'er was too valuable to cast aside. The new emperor kept her as his chief advisor, and soon, she controlled imperial politics once again.
But the palace was a battlefield. Emperor Zhongzong's wife, Empress Wu, was ambitious, perhaps too ambitious. She saw Shangguan Wan'er as both an ally and a rival. They worked together at first, but soon, their relationship turned into a power struggle.
In 710 CE, Emperor Zhongzong mysteriously died. Many suspected poison. With him gone, Empress Wu seized power and saw Shangguan Wan'er as a threat.
One night, soldiers stormed into her chamber. Shangguan Wan'er, the woman who had advised empires, shaped policies, and ruled from the shadows, was dragged out and executed.
She was just 46 years old. Her enemies thought they had erased her, but history remembers her differently.
Shangguan Wan'er's legacy is astonishing. She was the closest China ever had to a female prime minister. She was one of the most influential poets of her time, and she also was a political strategist who shaped the Tang Dynasty.
Her influence lasted far beyond her death. The policies she helped create strengthened the Tang Dynasty. The literary culture she nurtured flourished for centuries. And her story of a woman rising from disgrace to power became an inspiration for generations.
What do you think? Was Shangguan Wan'er the true power behind the Tang Dynasty? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible stories.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Stay tuned for more untold stories of the women who shaped China's past.